What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. This is ARCa coming at you with a Thursday night MULN raw price action and technicals thread of analysis. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called ARCab. With that said, let's dive right into the charts. You guys, I'm still a bit under the weather. I'm going to try my best to keep my voice, but bear with me as we go, right? Okay, so let's dive right in. So this is, we're looking at some indices right here. We have the Dow Jones Industrial, we have the NASDAQ, we have SPY, we have oil, and Tesla and MULN, just to get a mega cap in there and also a smaller cap, right? So please take a look at what oil is doing here. You can see that oil is actually on its way down. And the reason why I have included oil into this chart is because of what's happening with the Ukraine-Russia issues. So usually we start to get some pump to the upside when issues like this happen. At least that's what happened the last time, right? But we can see that oil has come down significantly, and the markets have also joined in that trend as well. Now, we did get a bit of a recovery in the Dow Jones and also within the SPY, but you can see that MULN is actually not reacting too well to that, and I imagine is because of the I think there was a good news catalyst that came out on the Discord. Actually, a lot of people are talking about some of those catalysts, so please, I encourage you to join. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive right into the next chart and see what we have. So this is essentially the invalidated ABCD structure that we were actually looking at. Broader market issues have actually come about and have thus have invalidated this trade play that we had moving. So last night or earlier this morning, we were actually speaking in the Discord about the potential of touching the newly converted support now into resistance before a continuation onto the downside. And this box is actually colored because the last video I made, I actually warned the potential of us being trapped within this channel or trend. So we do have to keep an eye on that. You can see this candle today actually retraced from this resistance. Now I'm sorry. That was actually the confirmation. I'm actually trying to talk as fast as I can so that my voice doesn't go away, and that's creating me to stutter. My apologies, you guys. So, in facing that rejection from our support, we actually also use the 1.618 as a form of resistance as well. Now we do have some bullish action coming down, but I have mentioned to you guys before to keep an eye out when we're looking at prints of candles, especially in the larger time frame. We're on a 12-hour here. So when we look at larger candles, print large wicks like this, it becomes kind of dangerous. Now, the thing that's good about this, excuse me. Now, the thing that's good about this particular candle is that it is somewhat printing in a downtrend. So, or at the bottom of a downtrend, and usually these types of candles, inverted hammers like this, present an upside continuation, which could be confluent to or in accordance to us moving right back up to test our resistance again and using this box as a range for trade. I imagine that there are some catalysts that are potentially creating this sideways trading range. In other words, retail might be a little pensive or might be just waiting for something to happen for MULN stock in the fundamental aspect, of course. So now let's go ahead and move on to the next chart. I just wanted to be able to touch bases with what's happening right here. One more thing. The closure of this candle, the closure of this, and this usually present the invalidation of this type of pattern or trade or play. And when you start printing closures of 12-hour candles beneath a key support, that usually presents bearish action to come into play. So now let's go ahead and move on to that next chart. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the 30-minute immediate short-term RSI first. And actually this reminds me about opening up that image for here it goes, the RSI properties, right? So I have it on my iCloud drive so that I can be able to share it within my laptop and this. So I'm going to put this to the side right over here and just make it big enough so we can see, right? And let's move the chart over so that you can see exactly what this is. I don't want to have to explain the properties of the RSI that you're looking at. This is one large RSI, but it is this essentially right here, you guys. Okay, so now let's look at the 30 minutes. So the 30-minute RSI is suggesting a continuation onto the upside. And if you are a regular listener or a regular viewer of my channel, you'll know that I express dangers or express I guess you can consider it a heads up when we're within the shallow areas of the bear or the bull weakness percentile. We can actually see some sideways trading when we're in these shallow areas. We're likely to be gravitated into the bear weakness, and then when we're down here, you know, it would be very much being gravitated towards the bull weakness as well. So now the bi-hourly is suggesting a continuation onto the upside. And what's good about this is that it's also approaching the shallow areas of the bear weakness percentile. And this is likely to jump right in here, but we need it actually to pass. We need it actually to pass around this area so that we can continue onto the upside. But as long as it remains within this weakness or the shallow zone here of either, we're going to be gravitated back and forth without any exponential moves to the upside. Now, the 6-hour RSI is primed to create bullish cross. Actually, it's already started. So we do see that this purple line, this is the signal line from the RSI, has now crossed above the moving average and is suggesting a continuation onto the upside. It has moved outside of the deeper areas of the bear weakness percentile. So this means that we are likely to continue a path on the way up, which is very much in accordance of what we're talking about within this range, potentially touching our resistance again and the box range itself before a continuation onto the downside and thus trading sideways. Now, let's go to a larger time frame and see what we have. So this is the daily, and as you can see, the daily is very much in the very shallow areas of the bear strength percentile. This means that we can actually be gravitated right into bear weakness, but since the moving average is above us, there is the potential to where we can use this moving average as a form of rejection or resistance. But it is a daily time frame, so we can actually give it a little more credit than we would for a bi-hourly or a 30 minutes. So this could be primed for a bullish cross. And please remember, you guys, that I am not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as a form of entertainment. I need you guys to do your own DD, and we will be okay. All right, so just for kicks, let's look at the buy daily. So the buy daily is suggesting a continuation onto the downside. So if I'm forward looking or forward testing, the 3 day is also suggesting some downside within the grips of the bear strength percentile. So if I were to just put like a discretionary type of guess as to what's going to happen, is that the indicators are suggesting potential upside for tomorrow before a potential downside, either at the end of the session or by the start of the following session or the next. So if we're looking at, I mean, Friday is tomorrow. Fridays are typically green, right? More or less, you know, they change that statistic changes within the bear market, but we typically face green days on a Friday. So we can see the green day ending on Friday. Monday or Tuesday, we can see some bearish action and potentially continuing our trend trade within this box. But if the catalyst, or if a fundamental catalyst doesn't invalidate this this thesis, of course, you guys, please excuse me. My professionalism has literally gone out the window with this illness. But with that said, I think this is a pretty good place for me to leave off the video. If you have any questions or concerns, consider joining the Discord trading community. It's called ARCa. I'll make sure to leave the links in the description below for you to consider joining. And with that said, yes, I wish you a good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.